What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is David Hanlon, aka the Laptop Legend, and today, day trading, I made $5,667, and pretty awesome day, honestly. Hopefully you guys were prepared for it. I am extremely sorry. I forgot to mention TAWNF in my video yesterday, but I did put it in the pinned comment like, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes after. So hopefully you guys saw that because that was a stock that I made the most money on today. And I think it is seriously going to be running in the next couple of days as well because they got the big vote coming up. So I'm going to be talking about that. And yeah, guys, just honestly, I feel like it's pretty hot in the OTC world. I know the overall markets were pretty trash. They might have been down today. I think people trading NASDAQs, listed stocks said it was pretty lame today. But OTCs, man, they are alive and well. So I'm enjoying this market, man. It's nice to have unlimited buying power. So yeah, let's just dive in and talk about these stocks, guys. You know how we do it. Alright guys, so my number one watch for tomorrow is TAWNF, and just to look at the chart today, I mean, it gapped up a lot, so I was a little scared to be super aggressive with the position at open, but when it became clear that it was going to start running, I took 10,000 shares, and then I added to my position, I forget where exactly, maybe somewhere around here, bought another 10,000 shares, and then it just continued on up, man, absolutely beautiful, and I think I started, I don't even know how much right out of the gate, maybe it was like 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, something like that in the first 10-20 minutes of the day. No, first 5 minutes of the day. Absolutely insane, guys. And this is why I love stocks like this, because there's just so much room to run. Again, with 10,000 shares, if you make 10 cents a share, that's $1,000. So there's a lot of room to profit when stocks move this much, and I absolutely love it. And you don't have to put too much in, honestly. I mean, it literally went up like 100%, I guess, from where it closed to where the high of that run was. So pretty insane. But the reason this is on such high watch, guys, again, is because this is the basically bankrupt Thai Airlines for Thailand, bro. And it's a really big company and it's a really big deal. And they're basically voting on what they're gonna do in order to get this company out of debt. And potentially it could do something that would really help out the company. Again, they're voting on the details coming up. I believe it's on May 19th. But I feel like this is one of those situations where you know, there's gonna be a lot of hype going into it, and it might be a buy the rumor, sell the news type of situation. But I think we still have more time for the rumor to be bought, if that makes sense. So I think this could still see another run tomorrow. Unfortunately, I got stuck overnighting 5,000 shares. So I hope I get lucky and we get a type of gap up like this. But, you know, worst case scenario, that is a... what is that? I don't even know what that is. I guess that's a $1,500 position because I bought in like 30.1 or something like that. 30.1 cents. So if it goes to zero, I guess I lose like $1,500. So that's worst case scenario on this for me. But you know, I think it could gap up nicely at open. If it does, and it looks like it's going to start running again, guys, I'm just going to buy more right at open and look to see another great spike like this to lock in some early profits, because I think the hype on this thing could continue to go wild. And again, you know, just to look back at this chart, obviously there's way more volume now than there was on this day, but I think a similar thing happened. You know, they were looking to redo some of the restructuring of the company in terms of getting it out of bankruptcy, and I think this is what happened on that day. And again, this was on very low volume, so not to be considered the same thing at all by any means, but there's definitely a lot of potential for this thing to run pretty dang hard. So I think it's still my number one pick for tomorrow in terms of, you know, what I'm going to be trading. And again, this is the type of thing, guys, where if you buy in at these prices and you hold and then the vote doesn't go well, I mean, this thing could gap down to 10 cents or below. So I personally am not going to hold through that vote, you know, unless I just get stuck in a position that I don't want to be in. But I'm going to try to avoid that. But that's my plan for this, guys. Absolutely beautiful. And as always, I'll be calling out however I'm trading this live in the Discord. So if you're not in that already, definitely check out the link in the description. Another one I was trading today really well was GGII. And if you guys remember, this is one that, I mean, went absolutely insane and had a red day, had a green day, and then had another red day after a gap up, and then a big red day today. And the great thing about today was there was opportunity on both sides. So I definitely left a lot on the table, but they actually had shares to short today. And I was able to short some of these easy breakdowns, guys. So like this key support level right here, you know, when that cracked, that was an easy short. And then, you know, kind of same thing right here. This same level right there. So pretty nice on the short side. But then I covered too early because I was buying these panics, guys. I was dip buying this in my other account, in my E-Trade, and that's part of why my E-Trade profits were so big today. I had 5,257 in my E-Trade and only 410 in my Schwab. So the majority of my money today was made from longing. But some of these entries, guys, were just absolutely on fire. So I bought on this dip right here, I bought 200,000 shares at 557 and then 554. So like literally I bottom ticked this entry with pretty big size. And then I actually ended up selling all of it way too soon. I sold it all way too soon. I sold half at 57.4. So half 57.4 and then half at 59.05. So another half up there. And you see, I mean, it went on to run a lot more. So I left, I don't know, probably 1,000 on the table there easily. But it was still an epic dip buy, guys. And if you nail those entries, this stock likes to stall out, so it's actually pretty easy to tell when you should be getting in on these dip buys, and it actually kind of gives you a chance. It's not like some of those ones where it like dips really hard, but then it wicks and you don't want to buy because it just went below and now the bid's up here and you can't get a good entry. So this is not a stock that sells off like that. So you get some pretty nice dip buys on this thing, but man, I love it. I don't know what's going to keep happening, but maybe it comes and fills this gap, maybe it fills that gap, and then it runs from there. I have no idea. I think people say stocks like to fill gaps. I don't typically do that much technical analysis. I prefer to read the momentum, honestly, guys. That's how I trade. But beautiful stock, love it. And we have kind of a cousin, not GGII, but EEGI. And this is one, I forgot to mention the video yesterday, guys. My apologies on that one. But it had a bunch of green days in a row. And had kind of a blow the top off green day today. But then it turned into a red day because it just started panicking and it closed, man. I mean, this thing sold off so hard. Pretty crazy. I tried dip buying it a few times, but I missed the good entry. And I'm not going to chase at all if I miss the entry on this because I know how choppy it is. And it's tough to catch the bottom perfectly. So if you buy chasing into one of these bounces, you buy up here, you can easily be negative right away. So I don't like chasing. I like nailing the exact bottom, and if I don't get it, then I just don't trade it. But this one, hopefully it sees some type of bounce. That would be ideal on this one, guys. But I mean, there's still a long way down, so I wouldn't count on it. This is not something I would be bag holding. But it is one of those charts that has a lot of room to run, and maybe off of this sell-off we can maybe get another morning panic and then a nice bounce and a run back above these levels. That's what I would hope for, but I probably won't be trading this one right at open, guys, because again, I'm going to be focused on TAWNF, and honestly, that's my main focus. HTZGQ was a decent short today on some level. I mean, it tanked right at open, and I have a new rule that I'm not taking any position like right out of the gate before I let the stock pick a direction. So you could see it already was down a lot from pretty much, I guess, 690 all the way down to 660 by the time that happened, and I wasn't going to short into weakness, so I kind of just waited, and then I missed this dip buy entry here, but it would have been a great dip buy. And the thing about this market is, guys, and particularly this stock, is when it goes your way, you can't be patient and like pick a specific price target that you want to lock it in. Like, you have to lock in gains when it goes your way, because I know people who shorted this like from here, and then it just kind of refused to break down below low a day. And it actually did, I guess, start to have some nice lower lows here, and lower highs, not lower lows, excuse me, lower highs. It had some nice lower highs here. So like, it never broke above this level, never broke above this level, never broke above this level again. So it kept making lower highs, but the bottom held up really well, and it kept making higher lows as well. You can see here. So kind of this wedge pattern again. I got an eyelash in my eye. Maybe I get a wish now. I wish these eyelashes would stop going in my eyes. That's my wish. But you can see here, guys, that if you don't lock in gains, like either on the long side or the short side, say you nail this dip and you think it's going all the way back up there, but you don't sell any here, suddenly it's back down. But same thing, if you short into this bounce and then you don't lock any back in, like it bounces pretty dang high, man. So you cannot short into weakness. You cannot buy into strength on this stock. You gotta kind of trade against the trend and just wait for those reversals, because it's very fake outy, it's very choppy, and you're gonna end up getting screwed. Wow, this hair is aggressive in my eyeball. I guess a couple other ones just I want to mention briefly. OPTI had a nice little panic in here. I never really nailed the bottom. I thought it was going to break under 5, so I didn't really take a position here, and then it had a massive bounce. I missed the short entry up here, but you know, is what it is. I did get a nice short, I think, on the breakdown at these levels, but covered way too soon. I think that's pretty much it, guys. Honestly, I don't want to make this a super long video, so yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. RGBP is still being pumped by Fat Cash, and it did see a little movement today and kind of faded back off, but still want to keep on watch. And yeah, oh, I guess the last thing, I did add a ton of this swing, and again, I just want to talk about my reasoning. So I added 500,000 GMPR, which is a pretty big position, bigger than I normally take, but this stock, it tends to bounce up really nicely, especially when it gets any type of news, and it runs really hard on very low volume. And if you buy on the ask, there's normally a big spread. Market makers will just like pull the ask up, so it's very difficult to get shares when there's a lot of buying. And this is one that, you know, if you buy and hold, I've found you can usually sell it, you know, if you buy in these areas, you can usually sell it pretty nicely up in these areas. So it would be cool to see it back above these areas, but I'm holding some shares of my Fidelity long term, but this larger position is mainly to see if we can get some news and get a nice little pop up. So we'll see what happens, but you know, I may add if it goes a little bit lower, like maybe under 4, I would add another 500,000 or something like that, just to get a million even. But that's kind of my plan on GMPR. Definitely a fan of this one. Ever since I made the video about it, I've never stopped trading this one. So that is pretty much it, guys. I will see you in the next one. Until then, you know the drill. Let's grow better together. Preguntar, bebé, dime por qué te mientes. No puedes esconder todo lo que tú por mí sientes.